What's up, guys? Invader1 here. First of all, I want to apologize, guys. I did unlock this character on the first day, and I did try him out immediately the moment I got him. But I was playing mostly random games because Wednesday, I believe, when the character got released, was the day that I was just playing with pugs. And I did play this character on Platinum day one, but I did want to play around with his build a little bit. I wanted to see uh, if I could get the max out of all his powers and yet at the same time do well. And guess what? I can. I tested this guy out on Platinum quite a bit, even on Gold with random pugs, and I do have quite a few recommendations that I think you guys are going to be a little shocked with. So let's go into the powers. For the powers, I actually am specking a no fitness build. Surprise, surprise. There's a reason why. Um, for whatever reason, I tried him out on Platinum quite a few times, and even with a Cyclonic Modulator 1, he was still able to survive. Now, I don't know if maybe the character shield's a glitch. I don't know. Maybe it's just the fact that this character can move like the new Turians, not like the old ones. He was actually able to survive. You can dodge, you can move. So, in all honesty, I really didn't have any need for more fitness. Now, I would recommend it for you to actually put fitness and spec out of Sentry Turret, so like that you could just go right ahead and be a little tankier, and you can manage platinum, etc. For those of you who feel like you can handle it, I mean, you just put a Cyclonic Modulator 1 or 2. Cyclonic Modulator 3 is 100% shields on top, so that's actually 1500 shields already. And Cyclonic Modulator 4, if you have any, it's 100 plus 150% off of the base shield. So this is why I had to explain this, guys. This is the way I'm playing this guy with no fitness at all, because he can side dodge, he can back dodge, he can freaking use his jetpack, so he's actually really, really good. And I am able to max out all his powers. Now, for Sentry Turret, guys, the thing about Sentry Turret is that is really good on Gold and lower difficulties. On Platinum, it's I'm using it here and there, and it helps prime targets for attack burst. I'm sorry, it helps prime targets for explosions. But the thing is that the enemies destroy it pretty quickly. So even though I do like it and I do use it, what I do mostly use it for is to pop it in the middle of a lot of in the mob of enemies. And if you're playing Platinum, you guys know that you need distractions, you need things like this. And the good thing is that the recharge speed is low, so you can constantly cast this thing over and over and over. Now for the turret, what I recommend is Shock. I always go with Shock because I want to make sure that the even like husks and abominations are kind of shocked. For rank 5 for gold, I recommend cryo ammo because it actually does work quite well, and you see enemies frozen immediately, which is really good. For platinum, I recommend armor piercing ammo because there are a lot more armor targets. For rank 6, I recommend flamethrower because it has DPS, and it does 100.75 points of damage per second, which is great, and it also primes enemies. So let's say if you throw this in the middle of a few enemies, they are burned. Okay, then you cast your homing grenade. You can actually get an explosion. Okay, but it's up to you. You could definitely do rockets, but I always prefer flamethrower. In all honesty, sabotage. Let's go into sabotage, guys. I recommend for sabotage to always go backfire. Why? Because you can set it, you can do tech burst with sabotage. Mind you, you have to prime the enemies first with this. The other thing is that sabotage, guys. Some people have been asking me, what does backfire do? It's pretty much what the name says, backfire. If something backfires at you, you shoot a gun, you're gonna get damaged. So what happens is when you prime a target with backfire, when they try to shoot a weapon, you see a marauder try to shoot at you, they're gonna take some damage themselves when they are shooting. Okay, so that's pretty much what happens. So increased damage taken by 60% when enemy weapons overheat. Okay, they're damaging themselves. So let's go on to the next rank, guys. I tried explosive hack a few times, but in all honesty, this doesn't make any sense really much anymore. This is fine. You could actually use this when the synthetics are destroyed, they explode, and you could create quite a few kinds of explosions with that. But in all honesty, this power takes so long. I recommend recharge speed. I tried out explosive hack on Wednesday, and it was just taking quite so long. So at least you need the recharge speed. And by the way, guys, I believe that sabotage is going to be buffed. So, but sometime next week, I was reading on BSN. It seems like the next update in the sabotage power, the recharge speed may be reduced. So that'll be a good thing. For rank 6, I recommend tech vulnerability, guys, always. And this is why I call this guy synergy, because. And you will see it here. I actually had a guy, one of my buddies, bring the Vorcha to use the Flamer for tech vulnerability, any tech power. What happens here is that here you increase all tech power damage done to the target by 50% for 10 seconds. This is how you debuff the enemy. So if you have Incinerate or Cryoblast, any kind of tech power that you cast into that enemy that is sabotage, they would take a lot more damage. And by the way, sabotage definitely works with homing grenade as it is a tech power, and the sentry turret also. So there is some synergy between his powers, which is really nice to see, especially because some of the characters that lately have been released don't have the best synergy in their powers. But let's go into the homing grenade. I actually go for damage on rank 4. For rank 5, I go for fire damage. Like that, you get, damage, pretty much damage over time, which is what I always prefer. And mind you, you guys can go with either or. Rank 6 is actually preferred in the sense of doing a lot more damage to armor. That is the preferred rank for platinum. I am choosing split grenades only because I am using this to hit multiple targets at once, and it works out quite well. So that's my recommendation. Armored Legion, you're gonna want, normally this is a Turian, I go for weapon damage bonus and weapon stability. For the other Turians, for this guy, no, I recommend damage and capacity, so that your homing grenade is actually much more powerful and you can carry heavier weapons. Rank 5, the same thing, power damage, and rank 6, this is where you get your weapon damage again. You get an additional 10% and weapon stability bonus. Let's go into the gameplay. Now for weapons, guys, I like to actually use not too heavy weapons. I do like to use on this guy weapons like assault rifles, pistols. I do have the Acolyte on him, and it's really good because it does help set up explosions with him. Well, fire explosions if you have incendiary rounds, or if you have disruptor rounds, you could do some tech bursts. But in all honesty, I do like weapons like the particle rifle on them. I do like the Cerberus Harrier on them. I mean, the assault rifles, all of them do quite well. So I wouldn't worry too much about being able to use a heavier weapon. Just don't use really heavy weapons. For example, the Claymore will be fine with him, but you want to take advantage of all his tech powers. Okay, guys. So I would kind of stick to lighter weapons, shotguns, and assault rifles with him. You could also use SMGs. SMGs always work, right? So in the sense of weapons, it is up to you. I just don't recommend really heavy weapons, just so that you could have the ease of being able to destroy enemies faster, because his powers are pretty quick except for sabotage. Okay, sabotage is kind of take its time. The turret, you can cast it out pretty quickly. Homing grenades is not even a power, it's actually a grenade, so you can cast it out at any time you want. And his, in all honesty, the sabotage capability does take quite a bit, and I gotta tell you guys, like I said before, it does look like it's gonna get a buff. I'm hoping that it's a buff to the amount of time it takes to reload, to recharge. So that's one thing. The other thing is, guys, that I want to talk a little bit about the guy's name. I call him Synergy, and there's a reason to that. My buddy Senile Mungo Man wanted me to talk about that a little bit, and you'll see why. This guy is actually really good for a team. Now, you can definitely do well with this guy and score high. You want to rock him well, guys. That he's definitely great. I tried him out on Gold Pugs just for the heck of it, and just with random people, and I was outscoring really well with him, and even on Platinum too, guys. He just does very well. But I decided to choose this gameplay because I asked my buddies, except for my buddy Mark, he decided to choose a Krogan. Everybody else is using kind of like characters that have tech powers. This way, the entire team, mostly the entire team, can take advantage of the sabotage tech vulnerability. Now, tech vulnerability allows enemy targets to take an additional plus 50% tech damage. So let's say if you have a character like, I don't know, the Turian Engineer, the Vulture Engineer that has Incinerate, or Corian Female, or any of the engineers that have Overload, Incinerate, Cryoblast, all powers like that, even powers like Proximity Mine, are all considered to be in that group. So anything that gets sabotaged, that power is going to do plus 50% damage. So if that tech power does, I don't know, 1,000 damage, you're going to be doing 2,000 damage to that enemy if there's sabotage. So this is why, if you notice, right, we do have a Vorcha in our team, and I requested that because we wanted to take advantage of the Vorcha's Flamer ability. Now, the Vorcha's Flamer ability, guys, is not that powerful. It's really like, it's kind of weak. To actually make it really powerful, you have to do a few things. I got the engineering kit, and I had a power amplifier module. I had a few things. It's a great power. The Flamer is a great power. It's just, the Vorch's Flamer is not the most powerful Flamer there is, and that's why. Again, guys, if you have a character like this that takes advantage of sabotage, then your other teammates are going to be able to do quite well. And notice I sabotage everything, and that's pretty much how you're going to be playing him, guys. Now the turret, mostly what you're going to do, I'm going to be honest with you, some of you guys are probably going to try it out to use the Flamer to set up the enemies for explosions, and that's great. You prime them with the Flamer. Once they're down to health, you use the homing grenade and get an explosion out of them. But the thing is that that's going to be mostly in gold, maybe silver and bronze, and on platinum it's going to take quite a bit because the enemies are pretty tanky and they have a lot of shields. So the way you use your turret with this guy is to pretty much to cast them in the mob of enemies, to kind of keep them clear from you, and at the same time just do a little bit of DPS on them. So like that, they're kind of, you're softening them as they come to you. So that's one way, but mostly the way you're gonna play this guy is gonna be with sabotage and homing grenades. Sabotage and homing grenades. Sabotage and homing grenades. That will also allow you to get tech bursts, and you get tech bursts from backfire, guys. That's why you always want backfire capability on sabotage. Now, you also want it for synthetic enemies when the Geth are around. On platinum, that's quite useful. You will see that I do sabotage quite a few enemies. I do sabotage a prime. I do sabotage right here. Look, I had sabotaged that hunter. So he was facing the pyro and just standing there shooting at him while the pyro was trying to figure out what was going on. So the power of sabotage actually works quite well against the Geth, except for the primes. The primes just kind of like, it lasts for like a few seconds, and then that's it. But it's still good to have it because even though, again, going back to the tech vulnerability portion of that evolution on rank 6, well, the enemies, the prime will take plus 50% more tech damage, and that's just a great thing. Now, in the sense of this build with a no fitness, guys, you notice that yes, throughout the gameplay later on, I died here and there. It wasn't even that much, guys. But because if you notice his dodge, look, I was getting hit, then I was able to dodge to the left. I'm really glad they did that. Then I dodged to the right, bobbed and weave. I was able to get out of a lot of situations, and so this is why I recommend that this guy, if you can handle it, guys, if you feel confident enough, do a no fitness build and try it out. If you're still getting down and all, and you just can't manage his dodge, can't manage how he's working, then do not spec into the turret. That's the only power I recommend to take off, and just keep him with sabotage and incendiary homing grenades. Sorry, I keep on calling incendiary grenades, but homing grenades, and that'll be the way to go. And you can do a lot of explosions on these guys, as you notice. You see here on the brutes do explosions. Everywhere we're doing explosions. So that is pretty much how you'll be playing this guy, in all honesty. Sabotage, homing grenades, sabotage and homing grenades, and against the Geth you'll be able to get at least the sabotage capability that'll work for you. But mostly as a team player, this guy actually is a team player because of sabotage capability, and that's the last time I am going to repeat that. So yeah, guys, I am okay with this guy. I'm not the biggest fan. I think I like all Turians, in all honesty. I think he's a Turian. He's great. He's got weapon damage bonuses, weapon stability bonuses, and that is absolutely awesome. So that makes him awesome. And at the same time, he's got the new dodge and the new everything. So that makes him give him the capability to survive more. In all honesty, this is the first time I actually recommend that you guys actually even try a no fitness build with him, because he can still survive, and as long as you play it well, and you can use his side dodge, his back dodge, whatever, his jetpacks, he does quite well But again, he's not my favorite, but I think he is a decent character. He's decent. He's not too great, not too bad. And well, he's a new kid. He's a new kid for sure. And oh my God, you see, well, before I go into that, guys, notice how I kind of my particle rifle kind of overheated. That's because we were trying to make sure that we got my buddy Mark off of that banshee. I don't know, for whatever reason, in this entire game we were just cracking up because for whatever reason the banshees just kept on going after him. It didn't matter. He got picked up so many times, and we always saved him. I think there was only one time on the previous wave that he actually got insta killed, but we will always save him. We were always, everybody would shoot at the banshee and drop her. Now we were able to do that because guess what? Every banshee was sabotaged, and the Forge Flamer and the Volus Engineer's powers, we were able to do a lot of damage. So that's another thing there. So whatever, it is what it is. So guys, he is definitely not my favorite. I'm not a huge fan of him, but I do like his sabotage capability, and I think he's a great team player. He can also do very well in score, guys. I tested this guy out on the first day. That's why I apologize from the beginning, because I could have had gameplay for you guys on the first night, but I was just having fun with the guys, and sometimes I don't know. I needed these few days for myself, and the other thing is that I have some really great things happening on my personal life, guys. On my business is doing great. I'm hoping that in the next year or so that my business, my company will actually do very well. And I know that this has nothing to do with the gameplay, guys, but you know what? I've been kind of introducing to you guys into my life by doing this, and I think you guys are awesome. I have absolutely no problem letting you guys know a little bit about me, and it's doing quite well, and I'm hoping that this business will grow and do great. So these last few days we've had some major things happen, and we're hoping that, I don't know, maybe you guys will see me someday in some magazine or something as having made it big, or going bust. That's what happens when you're working at a startup and creating a brand and all that. So but anyways, these last 2 days, that's what it's been about. I've been just so happy and excited, and I did want to have gameplay on the first night, but I just played for myself. And I know you guys are probably like, well, you selfish bastard, you newbie selfish bastard, you should have had a video gameplay for us right away. You should have recorded everything. And I should have, because we had amazing gameplay. I mean, they were all great. There was never a gameplay with this Turian that we dropped, that we were always successful. I mean, he has real synergy with all the characters. His synergy with his own powers are okay at best. They're okay. They're not perfect. Sabotage to get tech bursts is not. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It's just not consistent. But it's still good. That's why I don't talk a lot about you doing tech bursts with him. I really talk a lot more about the tech vulnerability option on him, because it makes him more of a team player. And by the way, his turret and his homing grenades do take advantage of that tech vulnerability. Okay, so he does have synergy between his powers, yes, but in all honesty, there are a lot of other characters that do have a lot of synergy between his powers. And what I do like about this guy is that he does have synergy between his powers, at least, because there was some other characters that were released that I'm just not a huge fan of. But Vorcha Engineer. But anyways, let's leave it at that. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Let me talk about that a little bit. I'm actually starting to like the Vorcha Engineer a little bit, and I think it's time that I do some Platinum gameplay with him. But before I do that, guys, the next video that is coming after this, I am so excited to show you guys. So excited, because I know nobody else has shown this, and even though it's not a new build, it's not a build that nobody knows of, there's quite a few people that do know of it, but I know that the common, like most of you guys, don't really know this, because I actually did some research. I'm gonna be honest with you, I rarely look at other commentators' videos, except for maybe XCal once in a while, and that's that's about it. I know you guys, a lot of you guys have been asking me about jumping, that we should play together. Him and I know each other. We've actually communicated here and there. He is actually he's more involved in other games, and we've never had a chance or opportunity to play together. I don't know if it's our schedules or whatever, but he's, I definitely have offered it to him. But anyways, besides the fact, guys, I I rarely ever check other commentators' videos. Sometimes I'll check, like, maybe a buddy from BSN says, "Hey, check out this video on a solo," or "Check this out," or whatever. Or I do check out, like, maybe Kanigas' videos, because for you guys that don't know, I've known Kanigas forever. Him and I, we know each other. We've been playing together for quite a bit. So if you guys didn't know that, now you know. And we're not the same person either. I don't know. Some of you guys have gotten confused between me and Christian Knox, and now with Kanigas, and I don't even know why. I don't know what's up. But the point, the reason I'm making that point, guys, is because, well, the reason I am saying this is really because I actually did take out time to check out some of the other commentators' videos on this one specific character. And I'll tell you why, because I have this build, and when I tell you guys, it's literally the next video, guys. I'm just uploading it a little bit. It'll be up by tomorrow. And I will talk more about the Saboteur, don't worry, we have enough time. I just want to tell you guys about this. This character, for whatever reason, it hasn't received the kind of love in the sense of videos and builds and all that. And in all honesty, I've been playing around with this build, and I can't even begin to tell you that. I was like, wow, why didn't I play this guy this way before? And the builds that I saw online by other commentators, again, guys, I rarely check out other commentators' videos, and I used to in the past. Ever since I started making videos, I rarely ever check out other players, other commentators, but it's a good thing to check it out here and there. Now, I noticed that none of the other commentators on this specific character had this build, and they played him very differently. And even myself, I was playing this character very, very different when I first started playing him, and I now started playing him, and I tested him out on gold. I tested out this character on platinum, and I gotta be honest with you that the way I've been playing him, the way I kind of learned to play him, and the build that I set up for this character, it's been crazy, because I'm playing. You guys know I play with a lot of very good players, and that's the way I like it. I like to play, hard. I like to play with people who are just learning too. Don't get me wrong. That's why I play with a lot of randoms. I play with a lot of guys, people who just want to play with me from the YouTube channel, or from BSN, or from wherever. But I do play with a lot of top players, top players that you notice on the scores. Even at the end, guys, we're all hitting it hard. Everybody's playing platinum, and even without the scores, guys, because you guys know it's not really about score, right? We all play hard, we all make it, and we're always successful. So that's pretty much it. And we play platinum all the time. So everyone here in this team here plays platinum. So. But anyways, the point is that this character that I'm going to showcase next has totally surprised me with this different build, and I don't know, it just hit me when they said, I want to showcase this character. I played with him before. I actually did another gameplay with him before, but it was a very different thing, and I'll explain on that video. But I've played platinum with him, and let me tell you something, this guy was totally demolishing and destroying everything. And I realized even with a lot of the other players, using missiles and everything, his score would just, it would be, the way he was just destroying everything, he would just get kill after kill after kill, and it was very hard for even like a GI or other characters that I do a lot of DPS to keep up with. I actually took him into a random goal game, and there was one GI, there was a Turian Ghost, and the old school character that I had was destroying, just killing everything. So I'm really excited to show you guys that build. So that's coming up next. So I just wanted to give you a segue into that. It will be coming up next, and I'm excited to show it to you. And the gameplay, I didn't even know what to choose, guys, because I have gameplay on that character from today, all day today. I've been using him, and I was even tempted to. Wow, did you see that? The character just blew up and came over to my face. Anyway, so I have so much gameplay with the character because I've been testing him out and just trying to see, man, is he really this powerful? So Anyways, I've been just having a lot of fun with him because I'm playing him very differently. I used to play him in one way, and now that I'm playing him this way, it's like I don't want to go. I don't want to go back to the other way of playing him. So that's that. Now, Turian Saboteur. Okay. You notice that here I dropped. I don't know. I still got what 5 gels, I think. I dropped here and there. I mean, this is platinum, guys. The waves get a little bit more difficult, but I don't know. The no fitness build is actually working for me, and due to the fact that, guys, he does have the that side dodge, the back, the jetpacks. He does quite well. Now, the other thing is that his melee, guys, if you notice, is he also has the same melee as the new Turian. So that is actually pretty cool. So when you have devices or object recovery, you can use his heavy melee to kind of get close. Oh, here we go, Mark again. We're just dying. We're just laughing. He just I don't know. He just kept on getting picked up. I don't know what was going on there. But anyways, so yeah. This guy, you can still do his heavy melee to get closer to the extraction, to drop off the object on the object delivery missions. So that's one thing, and his melee is still decent, but if you don't spec into it, it's not gonna be that powerful. So don't even try to do melees with him, but you can create a melee build with pretty much any character, and this guy has a pretty decent melee damage. Oh, there goes Mark again. There goes Mark again. What this was crazy, guys. He got picked up so many times. He only got insta-killed once, but we just kept on saving him every time. And mind you, that was because tech vulnerability, sabotage, flamer, all the DPS going at the Banshee. She had no choice. So yeah, guys, so the Turian engineer, he's decent, he's okay, he's a player, he's definitely a player, he can rock it. What I like about him is that he's definitely a team player. As you can see here, we're setting up tech vulnerability for everybody else. At the same time, I have set up a lot of fire explosions with incendiary rounds and obviously his homing grenades. You can do that. With his turret, I am using it to distract enemies, and I'm also using sabotage not just to use tech vulnerability, but also for backfire, setting up tech bursts. So you could do that. And then the other thing is to for the synthetic targets. So again, you guys are probably surprised and shocked that I am recommending a no fitness build. If you are gonna spec into fitness, then take out the sentry turret, because it's okay. It gets destroyed pretty quickly. It's a little flimsy. It's totally fine. You can play without it. But if you're the kind of guy that does like to have a turret, and you do like to kind of cast it out here and there, then that's fine. He'll even without the tankiness, and that's what I wanted to show with this guy. Even without the tankiness, due to his the way he moves, his side dodge, his backwards dodge, he can survive. So yes, guys, this is Platinum. We're rocking it, and we had a really great time. We really had a great time. Now, guys, for the hardcore series, you guys know I've been doing the noob guides. I've been playing in PS3, so that's one of the other reasons why I'm trying to build my manifest over there. I've been playing there here and there. I've also been just kind of getting some credits over here and doing a few challenges, trying to get some of the last banners, because I really have not been giving them time, but my buddy Biggs keeps on telling me that I have to. I don't know, because I have this YouTube channel, and you guys see me a certain way, and that I have to keep up the flow and always show myself as hardcore and whatever. So yes, guys, I'm gonna get the best of the best banner soon. I'm almost done, so I've been working on that, and I'll be best of the best like the rest. So that's that, as I've been a little focused on that. So yeah, guys, that's what's been going on. So I am going to be bringing, going back to the hardcore series, I am going to be bringing back a few more things in the hardcore series. The problem with the hardcore series is that lately, due to the fact that I did 2 platinum solos, and I am working on a third presently, versus collectors, some people have, I don't know, I've been asking for the hardcore series for platinum solo requests, and in all honesty, I'm not going to be doing a lot of platinum solos, guys. So when you request anything for the hardcore series, please request team game based stuff, like in a team. That's preferably. I'd rather play with you guys, even bring some of you guys to the hardcore series or some of my buddies and do some team based stuff on platinum. So when you request stuff for the hardcore series, please do me a favor, request team based stuff, not anything that I'm gonna have to solo, because I am doing more platinum solos, but it's just, I mean, it's not going to be part of the hardcore series. It's going to be just, my platinum solos. And that is mostly, when I'm doing platinum solo, it's mostly going to be me, well, I can handle it. Great, here you go, guys, a platinum solo. It's done. With the team stuff, I like to show the team stuff because then these are things that, when you go into platinum game, these are the kind of things you can do. It can be done, and it's a challenge. So, and things that you can do with you and your buddies, your friends, you guys can challenge yourselves to do, this quite a bit. So, anyways, guys, Invader 1, this is Platinum Gameplay, and check it out. See now Mungo, man. Tech Mode ability, Flamer ability. You guys have seen this before anyways, but good tech team. Turian Engineer definitely has synergy with his teammates, and Invader 1 out.